But when it comes to owning somebody, nothing is closer the way that Meghan owns Harry. And we need to talk about Gingerbread today. We have some news about Harry that he basically cried in court talking about Meghan and how Meghan suffered. I mean, how pathetic can you get? I can understand. Maybe Meghan was jealous that Brooklyn Beckham was getting all the spotlight and was putting all this spotlight on Victoria at the same time that Meghan must be jealous because of that. So she made sure to send Gingerbread to be close to tears as he tells court of Meghan's misery. And I want to zoom in on this word, misery, because I remember one time, long time ago, like 4 years ago, when I was talking, you know that I used to joke about a lot about Meghan and do body language analysis, serious body language analysis, but also satire. I add a lot of humor as much as I can. But I remember a couple times that I had this outburst. I don't know if that was, I think there was a live stream, of course. And I told Meghan that basically she had no right to say that she was oppressed or had been through misery or anything. There are millions of women in the world going through actual misery, actual ordeals, actual horrors for her to use that word. So I remember that I had this outburst, was just one or two in 4 years, because I don't want to scold Meghan. I think that is not gentlemanly, but she deserved that just because playing the victim so many times and saying I think those were 2 words that she said. She said she has absolutely no right. So this is more of that. This is even more pathetic. And court ended early. Thank you, Roger Sage, by the way. Big shout out to Roger Sage. Court ended early because Harry spent his time denying evidence, fighting the lawyers, getting told off by the judge, and tried to emotionally manipulate the court. He had nothing of value to add, which is the story of his life. Good one. And Richard Barner, Prince Harry was overcome with emotion. Just then, just like maybe not like the Somaliad, juicy Somaliad, overcome with emotion just then at the end of the evidence while describing the effects of male coverage. They have made my wife's life an absolute misery, he told the court. Once again, the court finishes early because testimony did not take as long as thought. He did not have much to say. And all the last says the office of Indy. No wonder Charlotte Griffith is so far in Mr. Mischief R's. The Duke of Sausages, found out, the Duke of Sausages used a Facebook profile named Mr. Mischief. Mr. Mischief. That's I want to keep this family friendly. It's too early. For this. To contact a journalist, the High Court has heard. Harry is giving evidence to the High Court, and on the cross-examination, the Duke was accused of using the social media account to exchange friendly messages and his mobile number with Charlotte Griffiths, a male journalist. He denied the claims. Now Harry claims that never happened. That he never did that. He has no idea if he exchanged messages with a journalist, including his private phone number. I mean, I can understand. I am not a superstar, an A-lister right now. The people have reached out to me. There's an email that I have to answer, by the way. Even so, I would remember if I share my phone with, a journalist. If I was raised in a house in which they have taught me, even from my grandmother to everyone else, to be careful with journalists, unless I have, Somali level IQ, which I think that Harry loves Africa so much is because of that equally Somali level IQ. That is as good as an admission that he did. The judge is going to have a jump through all kinds of hoops to avoid calling Harry an unreliable witness. HRH Princess Paradolia, he appears to misremember a lot of convenient facts. Not looking good, Ginger, says Regina as well. Dan Wootton has this section as well. Prince Harry spent the day speaking about his exes in court, much to Meghan Markle's horror. Blaming the British press for his drink and drugs problems. It wasn't a good look at all. Well, Harry's never a good look. And Dan used AI to recreate some of Ginger Brad's appearance in court. Let's watch this.
What's going on here is Harry attempting to blame every bad decision he ever made on the British press. And that included today, Lauren, a suggestion that the issues that he had with drink and drugs.
Basically, the reason he is still on drink and drugs right now is Meghan. Back in the day, it was the press. It's like, it's very simple. It's very simple. It's black and white. The press, Meghan. Drink and drugs. This is it.
I think go on to this day are all down to the newspapers. Watch this.
A campaign, an obsession of having every aspect of my life under surveillance.
Okay, one thing. We know that this is AI for two reasons. This is the first reason, okay? And the other reason is that Harry looks like he was actually alive. Something that we haven't seen Harry speaking like this like in forever. Harry, this is like the actual American version of Harry. I think that I don't know. I think that no British chap speaks like this.
So they could get the run on their competitors and drive me paranoid beyond belief, isolating me and probably wanting to drive me to drugs and drinking to sell more of their papers.
I'm going to play you this from his witness statement. And to me, this is the relationship he never got over. This is the woman he never got over. His words are raw, and I can understand why Meghan Markle had grave concerns about this case because, of course, his relationship with Chelsea Davy now front and center once again.
No, the ghosts of girlfriends past. Oh my God, Chelsea Davy. This is something that this is painful. This is painful. This is embarrassing. I don't know. Is this going to be? Oh my
I was
God.
never suspicious of Chelsea in relation to stories like this, but I was of her friends. If I saw this story at the time, I would have been very frustrated and angry. I would have questioned how Associated found out this information, but at the same time, I would have felt like I had to accept this as the reality of my life.
No. Wait a second. You know, some of you. Let me zoom in and make sure to put this. So the disclaimer is huge, and you don't miss it. That this is an AI recreation of Harry in court by Dan Wootton. You know that I'm a Metallica fan. I have told you that many times. And the second album that I heard from Metallica that I got my hands on is "And Justice for All." There's one song from that album that is called "The Frayed Ends of Sanity," and in that song, which is why, I don't think it was a single, but it's one of my favorite Metallica songs. It is about somebody who is it has this persecution. It's like this obsession that somebody is pursuing you, somebody is after you. Hear them calling me. Goes the song, and I can find a better example of something that depicts Harry, as in, I mean, Harry, if you're watching this, or the intern Archwell that watches my videos, Harry, if you're watching this, I can understand that you want this main character syndrome. As in, everybody should have a bit of main character syndrome. You want to feel that you're the main character of your story, that the universe is out to be your friend, all right? We need to think positively. We need to be optimistic. We don't want to be pessimistic. That's too much pessimism, too much toxicity out there. So you want to be the main character, But I don't know how to say this. You need to understand that for the most part, people don't care about you. People don't care about me. People don't care about, yeah, people don't care about, if you're watching this, for the most part, that is great because it means that we can do basically whatever we want. If we think that, oh, what are going to say, what are people going to say about this, what people are going to judge me, you won't go very far in life because you will be afraid of what people think of you. Big news for everybody. Most people don't pay attention to you. And in Harry's case, he was born to the privilege, but not into the responsibility of being, in the direct line of succession to the throne. So that was, I've said this a couple times, that was a great opportunity to do great things in the world, being inside the royal family and even outside the royal family as well. He would still have that platform. I said at some point that he would never cease to be a prince, but we know what happened to Andrew, and he absolutely squandered it. And I'm tired of pretending that it was after Meghan. No, this was before Meghan. Meghan just exploited what was already there. I'm tired of Meghan came and just changed Harry. No, it was already a mess. And he was an adult mess, so he had the, prefrontal cortex to, I don't know that this was not the right call. This were not the right calls to make back in the day before Meghan, and right now, and after Meghan as well. This is I don't know how to define this in terms of how unmanly this is. You keep doing this. You I don't know what you're looking for, and you still want to play the victim for what? I mean, your attorneys, I don't remember the word in British. They are making bank with this. They're making bank with this. They're using you for exposure, of course. This is great for publicity. This is great for them. But it's very bad for you. Not that I care, but it is as pathetic as it gets. And it's even more pathetic when you're using all this, when you're using all that to just keep pushing the idea that Meghan was miserable. Something that, again, is triggering for actual women who are in, not saying that Meghan is not an actual woman, it's that women who are in actual distress, who are in actual horrific conditions all over the world, and Meghan claims to protect and try to work for them. And none of that happens. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this, but yeah, Harry's life is really sad, and you can see it. It was complicated before Meghan. Now it's just sad and pathetic. Who can fix it? Only Harry. Will Harry fix it? At this point, I don't know. This is that effect that you have invested in something so much that you don't see any other option but keep investing on that until who knows what happens. But it makes for a good gossip and show and making fun of this too. But let me know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. Much love and bliss.